Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Here is a new video for you. Grapes of Mecca, a falsified reference by Dan Gibson and his allies. It is a normal practice of the anti-Islamic authors to distort the meaning of the Quran and of the Hadith, to misquote the book number and Hadith number, and to make you unable to verify the authenticity of what they feign to quote, as they quote only to misguide you. The title of the video is The Sacred City. Author is Dan Gibson. Quotations are of his allies. Grapes in Mecca is a riddle forwarded by these people, mentioning the Bukhari 56, Hadith number 251, which is nowhere in the Bukhari Sharif, because the book 56 of Bukhari Sharif starts with the Hadith number 659. And it is impossible to find the Hadith number 251 in that book. So the reference is totally misguiding. As for the Hadith number 251 of the Bukhari, it does not describe any grave incident. But Dan's ally is hard to lecture on grapes of Mecca, with reference to the Hadith number 251. You please listen.
Al-Bukhari speaks of a prisoner who was eating grapes while he was chained in irons, and he says, "This was not the time of fruit in Mecca." It's hard to believe that these things were written about Mecca. The area around Mecca is all rocks and desert. Mecca averages less than 10 centimeters of rain per year. With its extremely hot temperatures and barren conditions, this is enough to grow any vegetation at all, let alone grow enough food to support a large population. Yet the holy city of Islam is described as having fields with trees and grass and soil. But
this grave episode is related with Hazrat Khubayb radiallahu ta'ala anhu, narrated in Bukhari book 52, Hadith number 281, book 59, Hadith number 325 and 412. In these hadiths he was seen to eat miraculous grapes. Narrations are as: I have never seen a captive better than Khubayb. Once I saw him eating from a bunch of grapes, although at that time no fruits were available at Mecca, and he was fettered with iron chains. And in fact, it was nothing but food bestowed upon him by Allah. Bukhari, book 59, hadith number 412. You see that this hadith does not say that Mecca grew any grapes. I repeat, you see that this hadith does not say that Mecca grew any grapes. It is clearly the description of a miracle of Allah occurred on the captive Khubayb radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And the words not available at Mecca mean not available in the market of Mecca. I exclaim, how this hadith could be used by these missionaries as a means of creating doubt about Mecca itself. Oh Allah, what a horrible kind of nonsense are they creating out of a holy incident of Islamic history. They have intentionally referred to this hadith, giving a false number to it. That is Bukhari 56 to 51. In order that nobody could verify its content. No city in the world of any age ever grew grapes, but the city dwellers always enjoy the taste of the fruit as a normal phenomenon. Why should then Mecca grow it, we don't know. But the Dan lovers insist that Mecca was in Petra because a Mecca prisoner was seen to eat grapes, and it was Petra that grew grapes. We cannot make out what nonsense they are saying. Did the rocks of Petra ever grow grapes? How? When? Who saw it? Are they mad? No reply will you get. But whenever you raise any objection to their uncouth effort to shift Mecca from Mecca, they haughtily ask you, where do you see grapes in Mecca? They ask you in such a way as if it were a crime for a Meccan to eat grapes. It seems to be their white man's burden to shift Mecca from Mecca to a probable Mecca which according to them is a suitable place where grapes profusely grow. They have got to match Mecca with their kind of meaning, their kind of understanding of a Hadith of the Bukhari Sharif, which they normally describe as a book of fairy tales. These hypocrites eat grapes while living in cities that grow no grapes. But they take Mecca for a cultivable land because a Meccan captive was seen to eat grapes. What a terrible kind of values, logic and understanding. O Allah!
The actual Hadith. Narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet sent a saraya of spies and appointed Asim bin Thabit, the grandfather of Asim bin Amr bin al-Khattab, as their leader. So they set out, and when they reached a place between Yusfan and Mecca, they were mentioned to one of the branch tribes of Bani Hudayl called Lihayan. So, about 100 archers followed their traces till they came to a journey station where Asim and his companions had encamped and found stones of dates they had brought as journey food from Medina. The archers said, "These are the dates of Medina," and followed their traces till they took them over. When Asim and his companions were not able to go ahead, they went up a high place, and their pursuers encircled them and said, "You have a covenant and a promise that if you come down to us, we will not kill any one of you." Asim said, "As for me, I will never come down on the security of an infidel. O Allah! Inform your Prophet about us." So they fought with them till they killed Asim along with 7 of his companions with arrows, and there remained Kubayb, Zayd and another man to whom they gave a promise and a covenant. So when the infidels gave them the covenant and promise, they came down. When they captured them, they opened the strings of their arrow bows and tied them with it. The third man who was with them said, "This is the first breach in the covenant," and refused to accompany them. They dragged him and tried to make him accompany them, but he refused, and they killed him. Then they proceeded on taking Kubayb and Zayd till they sold them in Mecca. The sons of Al-Harith bin Amr bin Nawfal bought Kubayb. It was Kubayb who had killed Al-Harith bin Amr on the day of Badr. Kubayb stayed with them for a while as a captive till they decided unanimously to kill him. At that time, Kubayb borrowed a razor from one of the daughters of Al-Harith to shave his pubic hair. She gave it to him. She said later on, "I was heedless of a little baby of mine, who moved towards Kubayb, and when it reached him, he put it on his thigh. When I saw it, I got scared so much that Kubayb noticed my distress while he was carrying the razor in his hand. He said, 'Are you afraid that I will kill it?' Allah willing, I will never do that." Later on she used to say, "I have never seen a captive better than Kubayb. Once I saw him eating from a bunch of grapes although at that time no fruits were available at Mecca, and he was fettered with iron chains, and in fact, it was nothing but food bestowed upon him by Allah. So they took him out of the sanctuary of Mecca to kill him. He said, 'Allow me to offer a 2-rakat prayer.' Then he went to them and said, 'Had I not been afraid that you would think I was afraid of death, would have prayed for a longer time.' So it was Kubayb who first set the tradition of praying 2-rakat before being executed. He then said, 'O Allah! Count them one by one,' and added, when I am being martyred as a Muslim, I do not care in what way I receive my death for Allah's sake, because this death is in Allah's cause. If He wishes, He will bless the cut limbs." Then Uqba bin al-Harith got up and martyred him. The narrator added, "The Quraysh infidels sent some people to Asm in order to bring a part of his body so that his death might be known for certain, for Asm had killed one of their chiefs on the day of Badr. But Allah sent a cloud of wasps which protected his body from their messengers who could not harm his body consequently." Bukhari Sharif, Book number 59, Hadith number 412. The other two hadiths of Bukhari Book 52, Hadith number 281, and Book 59, number 325 bear the same message. Thank you for watching.